Hey creators, welcome back to Creator Best Life for a brand new video. I'm Kimani, and today we're talking about one of my favorite films of all time, which is Shrek or the Shrek franchise. And I'm going to tell you guys 10 reasons why it is one of the best animated films of all time. So if you like videos like this, give me a thumbs up, share with a friend, hit the notification bell so you're alerted every single time I post a brand new video, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button so you let me know that you're having a good time here and I'm doing a good job. And let's just get started. Okay, so Shrek is often considered one of the best animated films of all time, and with good reason. Since it came out in 2001, it went beyond the typical animated fare of its time. And the reason is because it included humor, heart, and social commentary in a way where adults and children could really indulge. But let me tell you, some of the jokes I did not get as a child, but as an adult, it is just chef's kiss. Okay, let's get into our 10 reasons. Number 1 is subversion of fairy tale tropes. Basically, what Shrek did was reinvent the genre. It flipped the fairy tale stories on its head. And it did this in a way that we weren't really expecting. So basically, it starts out with a storytale book. You know, the typical Prince Charming is racing to the tower to save the princess. Well, in this case, Shrek is not a prince. He's not even human. He's an ogre. And it's not like he was looking for his true love. He was looking to get rid of all the fairy tale creatures in his home. So having an unlikely hero was the reason why this movie was so fresh, exciting, fun, interesting, and just a joy to watch for everyone. It also was challenging stereotypes by not having Princess Fiona as the typical damsel in distress character. She was able to fight and hold her own, and she was mouthy and sassy and did not go along with everything that all the men around her were doing, which is not something that movies were typically doing back then. Like I said, we're now more into that with like Barbie and all of the other movies that are coming out with more strong female characters. But the fact that they had a strong female character in this movie was very nice and just a breath of fresh air. It also touches on how beauty is not skin deep and we should accept others for who they truly are. Number 2 is appealing to all ages. Shrek literally has something funny for every single age group. Kids love it because it's animated, it's got all the colors, it's, it makes them giggle, and the weird shaped characters and talking animals and fairy tales and stuff. That draws us in. We're used to it with Disney. This is a DreamWorks movie, but we're used to it with Disney, who recreated a lot of those fairy tale creatures, okay? But it's the fact that you had so many adult jokes in that movie that made it so much more special for adults who can appreciate it later in life, just because of the fact that we love a good, clever, well thought out, corny joke. And that's what Shrek brought. And again, like what we were saying about adult cartoons and animated films and TV shows, Shrek was multi-layered in the fact that on the surface it was much more lighthearted, it was fun, it was cute, very humorous of course, but also it delved into friendship, self-acceptance, acceptance of others, beauty standards, and other important lessons that are just good for children to learn, and adults too, because some adults are actually really mean. Okay, number 3 is memorable characters. For starters, our main character is not your typical hero. You don't expect him to be the hero. You don't expect him to go out of his way to do anything. He's not charming. He's not what you would consider handsome because he's a monster, essentially an ogre. I don't even know what an ogre is. It's a mythical creature, of course, so it's not really something that you're supposed to relate to. And so, but what made his character so relatable is that he just wanted peace and quiet. He wanted his privacy. He didn't want anybody bothering him. He just wanted to be peaceful, totally off on his own. And I think all of us can relate to that in one shape or form. But what made it interesting was that they took this character who was a total grump, total Grinch, they're both green, who just essentially did not like people because other people didn't like him. So it's more so like, I'm used to people not liking me. I'm used to being bullied. So I just choose not to like anybody because I don't want to be in a predicament where my feelings get hurt, or in his case, he's stabbed with a pitchfork. But they took him from this grumpy, angry, cynical character to someone that actually embraces love and friendship and puts his life on the line for other people that he cares about. Other beings. Then you have Donkey, who obviously everybody freaking loves, because who doesn't love Eddie Murphy's comedy, So he just comes with the quick lines, and it's really funny because this character is a donkey running on all four legs, not very strong. He's honestly not very smart, but he's lovable. He'll bust out into song. He will dance, and I just love the magical commentary that he brings. And you kind of don't expect, well, you do expect it from the very beginning, but you don't expect him to fall in love with a dragon. So he kind of overcomes a lot of his fears in these films as well, because he's a scaredy cat. And like I said, Princess Fiona, who starts out as a human and turns into an ogre due to her curse, but then when she has true love's first kiss with Shrek, then she ends up turning into an ogre full time. That's her true form. That's when she finally learns to accept herself and accept what she looks like, her appearance, who she really is deep inside, outside of just being the strong, self-assured woman that she is. Okay, number 4 is stunning animation. It's so freaking good, especially coming out in 2001. Like, I think I was 6 in 2001, which is crazy, but that's neither here nor there. I think that because it came out as an animated movie, a lot of kids thought that it was going to be a Disney movie, because Disney and Pixar, they were killing the game when it came to animated movies. I mean, but DreamWorks has also killed the game. So those are like the trinity of animation. However, I think that they did such a good job because it just looked real. When Shrek pulled the wax out of his ear, you thought that was a candle. All the fairy tales looked freaking real. Donkey looked really well done. Like, you could see the hairs on his body. It was just really well done. And then they even did like slow-mos with the animation. They did fight scenes. They had, like, when Fiona did her fight scene and fighting Robin Hood and the Merry Men, and she did the like split kick and did
Man, that was annoying.
Oh, you little...
they froze and they had her like sweep her hair. Like, that was so good. I thought that, like, as a kid, like, I thought that it was fun and epic, but as an adult and as a filmmaker, I can really appreciate the art form and the work that they had to put in even more. Even how they brought Lord Farquaad's castle together, it was just so freaking good. And then drawing like the swamp, and you could see like the mud bath in there and the bubbles coming out, or you could see like all the fairy tale creatures at Lord Farquaad's home at the castle, and then the gingerbread man. It was just so well done. Every detail, you could tell they spent a lot of time, and I'd love to delve into how much time they spent in animation, and I'm gonna put that up here if I find it. Reason number 5 is they have a fire soundtrack. Y'all know I love soundtracks. They are so good just to get in the headspace when you're writing, but also they're just fun to listen to and sing along to in your spare time, just because they're usually really good songs. Like, I find myself singing the Hallelujah song on a regular basis. I also sing I'm on my way, whatever that song is called. I'll play it.
I'm on my way from misery to happiness today.
Little snippet, but also it's so good. Like, the end song was good before they cut to black. I just think that soundtracks are fun, they're memorable, they're catchy. Like, if you can make your soundtrack catchy and it's actually like really good music on top of it, you're sold. You've sold me. I'm there. Okay, reason number 6 is clever and heartfelt storytelling. Okay, we talked about this a little bit in previous reasons. However, Shrek just had a lot of emotional depth. Like I said, on the surface, it started out as humor, and you really didn't know what you were getting at first because of the fact that he wasn't the typical Prince Charming, and it started out as like a fairy tale. This isn't your typical fairy tale story. However, then under the surface, you get this really cute story about a meet cute. And it's a meet cute of friends, Shrek and Donkey, who are unlikely friends. Donkey is afraid of Shrek, and Shrek is annoyed by Donkey, but they end up forming this really cool friendship, and they're able to depend on each other and just live this cool kind of sidekick life together. And then I won't necessarily say it's a meet cute between Shrek and Fiona, because it's totally not, but Fiona and Donkey kind of like each other, even though everyone finds Donkey annoying. However, I always think it's so special when movies do like meet cutes for friends, just because of the fact that people love to talk about romantic relationships so much, but I think that friendships and like chosen family and just family dynamics in general are really beautiful, and life isn't only about romantic relationships, and I think that that's what's really important to showcase in film, and I thought that they did it in such a beautiful way. Number 7, Shrek has an iconic villain. So in my research on this movie, I found out that Lord Farquaad has a first name. Apparently his name is Lord Maximus Farquaad, which is crazy, but that's a fire name, honestly. I love it. He's honestly probably one of my favorite villains, and I'd love to dress up as him for Halloween because like the Bob gave, okay? But just how cruel and sinister, and John Lithgow's voice, let me tell you, it was the best chosen voice for Lord Farquaad. And I hope that he's dead. Lord Farquaad has been eaten, so it doesn't matter. So John Lithgow will not be coming back unless he voices another character. But it's so iconic that I'd be like, get rid of him. I only think about Lord Farquaad. But just for that man to be 2 feet tall and for him to be the best villain of all time is crazy to me, because he was so cruel. And in the beginning, he has already had gingerbread man's legs broken off. He's about to strip him of his gumdrop buttons, and then he sends Shrek on a quest that he knows nothing about, sending him to die by dragon breath, fire, and that man just did not care. And he only cared about himself, obviously, and vanity. And it's just funny how insecure they made him. And of course, like the jokes about him, like, do you think he's compensating for something? I just think that it's gold, and that also plays into the adult humor portion. Number 8 is cultural impact and legacy. Listen, this is not one of my favorite animated movies of all time for no reason. It is so memeable, memorable. I quote lines from it daily, because I'm a freaking weirdo. My family knows it, but how could you not? It's just so good. Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I mean, come on. I make my own puns off of lines from that movie, and I only hope to make movies and TV shows as memorable and epic as Shrek, because it's obviously one of the most fantastic things that they could have brought to us, you know? And on top of that, because everyone loves it, they did it again and again and again. And it looks like they're going to make a 5th one, which I am so freaking excited about. And really, they need to give Donkey his shine, because Puss in Boots got, 3 movies? 3, I think, which is crazy. But Donkey didn't get 1. Eddie Murphy carried that film. Carried the film. Most of the lines that I quote are from Lord Farquaad and Eddie Murphy. Riddle me that. Give him his props. So yeah, obviously Shrek has staying power. So I think that it's just a phenomenon that it got so big, and it's adults that love it the most. I don't hear kids talking about Shrek. I hear adults, millennials. My parents are baby boomers. My mom quotes Shrek all the time. If that's not indication enough of how much of an impact Shrek has made on the world, I don't know what it is. Even my friends quote Shrek all the time. So you get it. Okay, number 9 is tied from number 8. Iconic lines to quote. And I'm just going to play short little clips in it just so you can see. I don't even need to say anything else. Just put the clips.
Was a cape-wearing girl from the land of fancy. Although she lives with 7 other men, she's not easy.
That must be Lord Farquaad's castle.
That's the place.
Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
Please keep up on the grass, shine your shoes, wipe your face.
Yeah. Well, maybe you're right, Princess. But I'll let you do the measuring when you see him tomorrow.
Mirror, mirror, show her to me. Show me the princess. Perfect.
catnip.
That's no mine.
And our last reason is the critical acclaim and awards. When Shrek came out, it had an Oscar nomination. And what's most phenomenal about it was that in 2001, the Academy Awards had first introduced the Best Animated Feature category. And that's when Shrek won. First ever. Crazy. And on top of that, it was a box office success. It grossed $480 million worldwide. Wild. For something that hasn't been seen before. I love it. And because that film and its franchise was so good, it opened the door for other epic franchises. The Incredibles. It's not even the same company, but just how much the animation has elevated over the years is crazy. And now The Incredibles has more movies coming out. So like I said before, being able to pull in the humor, whether it's dark or lighthearted, for both children and adults, while also having really heartfelt and meaningful conversations that we need to have, I think that that is a skill that is necessary to hone and develop. But I also think that it's a gift to be able to have that opportunity to not only receive it, but also to be able to provide that for other people. And I'm just excited for more animated films to come out. I'm excited to watch more of Shrek and for the Shrek 5 to be good, because they've all been good. I've enjoyed all of them. I recently had Matt watch Shrek the 4th because he had never seen it, and I just love Rumpelstiltskin. I don't know why. Even after watching Once Upon a Time, Rumpelstiltskin is also one of my favorite villains. So I think that it's well done. They've done a great job. And if you don't love Shrek as much as I do, after hearing about all these reasons why you should love it, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Maybe watch some of my other videos, but comment down below if you enjoyed this video because you love Shrek as insanely much as I do. Comment your favorite line from the Shrek movie. I'm obsessed. Like any line, it doesn't matter because they're all so good. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I hope that you did. And if you don't like Shrek, what's another animated movie that you truly love? Share that below in the comments. And I hope that this encourages you to not only attempt to write some of your own animated projects, whether that's a comic, a short film, a TV show, whatever, feature, which is a huge feat, which is what I'm doing. I have a feature that I'm writing. I already have like the general idea. I'm so excited about it. But yeah, but I also hope this encourages you to watch more, just to enjoy it. It's okay to just consume. You don't have to make it all. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to do it all and stress yourself out. That's really what my main goal is for this year. Do what you want, make it full of joy, but put your all in it, but don't stress yourself out. So I hope that you guys liked this video. I hope you got something from it. Please give me a thumbs up, share with a friend, hit the notification bell, and subscribe. Join the fam. It's a good time. I enjoy making these videos. I can't wait to make more. And I will see you guys in a brand new video next week. Go create your best life today, guys. Bye.